Hello, today we're making a video that really does pain. Everything that sucks about the Mazdaspeed 6. Now don't get me wrong, look at the channel, I love Mazdaspeeds, including obviously the amazing Speed 6, but I'm not that biased, I think everything is amazing. And today we've got to explain everything that isn't. Let's go. Let's just get straight into it then. First of all, with the way it drives. Now don't get me wrong, it is really good. For the weight and the size, it's amazing. In fact, look at what Jeremy Clarkson said about it as he drove it.
Right, let's stick it into the hammerhead, see what's what. Oh, here we go. Back coming round nicely. Give it a bit of power. That's very good.
That's from Jeremy Clarkson, the nitpicker of all nitpickers. That's amazing. But that just still doesn't make it handle and drive like a lighter, smaller car. You know, a Speed 3, STI, Evo, they feel lighter, they're more pointy and chuckable. That's where the Speed 6 is more for those long sweepers than tight hairpins. Though for its size, it still handles exceptionally well, and that size brings up so many good things for it. High speed stability, big boot, big rear seats. Next thing, right, is the turbo delivery. It comes in nice, it comes in pretty hard, but it's a small turbo, and then it dies off. It'd be really nice just to have that urge to bring it right out to redline, but yeah. And next up, the axles. They aren't the strongest, and understandably if you launch it a lot, they will break. Let's say you want to go above 500 wheel horsepower, you can't, because there's no axles rated to hold that much. And moving on to the stock seats. They don't hold you in very well, which means they are good for bigger people. And, you know, they don't look very nice, they're heavy. Yeah, not many things you want in a performance car like this. Another reason is the all-wheel drive. What the hell am I talking about? First of all, I mean, this is kind of unlikely, but a rear bias would be nice. But though, I must say, apparently this all-wheel drive system feels a lot more rear biased than most all-wheel drive cars. I know it kicks in really aggressively, it doesn't take much to get those rear wheels spinning, but at the end of the day, it still is a front-wheel bias system. Most of the time when you drive around, it's 100% to the front wheels. But one thing, right, and I want to hear from some people down in the comments. A few people in the comments have said that at the limit, it is quite unpredictable. But you know, this is like on a racetrack pushing at 10 tenths. And you know, this can be expected for most on-demand all-wheel drive cars. Even the front-wheel drive Mark 7 GTI with its diff, it feels really uncontrollable at the absolute 10 tenths. Or unpredictable. So, you know, I'm wondering, is it perhaps a problem with their diffs going out, or transfer case? Or the people who absolutely love it not pushing it to 10 tenths on a racetrack? I'd love to hear about that down below. In fact, talking about engagement, do you like this video? Hit the like button. I know all my boys basically here are Mazdaspeed people and I'm saying everything that sucks about it, so yeah, they probably want a dislike for that. But then let's keep it rolling now with the street cred. You know, the Speed 3 is pretty damn unknown, but the Speed 6 is so much more so. You know, I think a lot of people would think that you're a racer modifying your front-wheel drive, non-turbo, 2-litre Mazda 6. Well, they only think that till you blow past them on the highway, so they have no idea what's just happened, and that's kind of cool. Being that much of a sleeper, but it would be nice to have some more street cred. And following up, the interior. It is very professional, it's very nice. But it's just a bit plain, it doesn't look that sporty. And yeah, it's not very good. I think we just have to take a break now for a best-in-class disclaimer. Remember guys, I love the Mazdaspeed 6. I'm not saying it's a bad car, I absolutely love it. I just have to say, what isn't good about it, hopefully you guys understand. But now getting into more reasons, these ones are sort of shared amongst this and the Speed 3. So if you've seen the video, everything we heard about the Speed 3, if it's out now, might be, might not be, then these will be pretty similar. But still very true. First of all, they're very finicky, aren't they? You know, a Honda, it doesn't care if you do oil changes. You can be smashing the limiter from a cold start. It doesn't really care. It will still be reliable. Now, Mazdaspeeds can be reliable, but there's a disclaimer to that. You have to maintain it well, doing oil changes every, 3 to 5,000 miles, spark plugs, cleaning your injectors, carbon cleaner. You also have to do the right mods. You have to have a good tuner. When you do all that, it is very reliable. However, it'd just be nice to have a car that you can abuse a bit more and just, be a bit more crazy.
Ready? Start it up! Get on it, start it! Look at me, I'm stealing his glory. I'm stealing his glory, folks!
At least it's not an Evo. Evos just have constant problems for apparently no reason. You can treat a Mazdaspeed 6 well and it'll treat you well. You treat an Evo well, it'll do whatever it wants. Yeah. Another thing, the top mount intercooler, Subarus have this. And that's because they have a boxer engine. The engine sits down very low, which means they have room for a top mount intercooler so it's not too close to the engine. However, a Speed 6 has an inline 4. The engine is very close to the top mount intercooler, there really isn't that much space. And what's more, Subarus, they get a scoop. We don't have a hood scoop. I just don't, why did you do that? Why? I don't understand.
I'm so sick of this company. They're trash! And I'm fucking addicted! So I can't quit!
Another thing, right, is aftermarket support. So, like I said earlier, axles, there's only ones rated for 500 wheel horsepower, and not more than that. Why?
Why?
There's also, we can't get upgraded injectors. This was one of the first direct injected cars. Developing injectors for this will be quite costly. However, it's such a small platform that you're not really gonna make that money back if you develop these injectors because no one's really gonna buy them because the community's small. Then on to all our reliability issues. I hate every single one of these. Every car has reliability issues for the most part. And this is ours. First of all, high pressure fuel pump internals. Ours aren't that good. If you chuck it in 6th floor, which you never do in a turbo car, you gotta run lean because high pressure fuel pump can't deliver enough petrol. Another thing, rust is a Mazda, they rust, not ideal. Then the timing chains. Timing chains usually aren't meant to stretch, but on some cars like the Speed 6 and the Speed 3, they do. And yeah, you can jump timing and engine decides to die. Not very good. Another thing, turbo seals, they corrode and then get a whole bunch of oil burnt up and you spew out so much smoke at the lights and it seems to be really embarrassing. Another thing is direct injected. A lot of cars, basically every new car this day is because you can get more power and more fuel efficiency.
Bruh. What did he say?
That sounds perfect, doesn't it? However, thanks to your PCV system and your EGR system, they reroute pressure into the intake manifold. What does this pressure contain? It contains carbon, all that sort of bad stuff. So it goes into your intake manifold and they sit on the valves. And that happens with any car. But a direct injected engine has the injectors there. They spray petrol on it and clean all that build-up off. However, direct injected, the injectors don't spray the valves. The build-up just keeps building up. And you can lose power, you can have misfires, you're losing fuel economy, and then it just really isn't that good and you have to do carbon cleanup. It takes a while. Just a pain. That's it. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.